The Sahara Desert is home to some of the most incredible and otherworldly sceneries on this planet, but it is also one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. It's full of critters that bite and sting, some of which include spiders, scorpions, centipedes, and snakes. Its harsh environment results in a lack of water and extreme heat that makes living there almost impossible. And when you combine all of that with occasionally disorienting terrain, even the most prepared hikers can find themselves in danger in just a few minutes. But what if you need to survive in the Sahara alone? Given your previous knowledge about the dangers that lurk around every corner in the desert, would you be able to do that? Before you answer, let us tell you what it takes to survive alone in a desert. You need to plan things right. This is more of a general warning to anyone who is planning a hiking expedition in any desert, not just the Sahara. When people want to go on a hike, they usually plan the route, and don't just go off wandering aimlessly. They plan when and where they're going, how long it takes to get there and back, whether they are spending a night in the open air or renting a cabin, etc. People plan hikes in meticulous detail, otherwise something might go wrong. Bring survival gear. Just because you planned a hike or an expedition in great detail, it doesn't mean that something won't go wrong. That's why you need the right survival gear gathered based on the location you're visiting. In the case of a desert such as Sahara, you will probably need the following: first aid kit, a knife or multi-tool of some sort, tablets for water purification, a compass because you can't rely on GPS in the desert, some kind of scarf, bandana or dusk mask in case of sandstorms, something to start a fire, and some form of lighting such as a lantern or a head torch. Let people know where you're going. The moment you're done making plans for your expedition, let friends and family know where you're going. If possible, give them the exact location or at least an approximate one. That way, they'll know where you are and where they might find you if it comes to that. Also, if you are going to a remote location, you can't rely on your phone or GPS, and that means no calls for help. Stay covered. When you are exposed to direct sunlight, especially in the desert, you need to make sure to protect yourself against the sun. Otherwise, the heat in the Sahara will make your worst nightmares come true. The best way to do that is to have a hat, preferably one with a wide brim that can shield your face and neck from the sun. If you didn't bring a hat with you, you can always create some sort of headgear out of spare clothing, which you should always have. Additionally, you need to make sure to cover your hands with something, so you don't lose too much sweat through evaporation. If possible, wear clothes with a built-in ultraviolet protection factor. And whatever you do, don't remove any clothes to cool off, no matter how tempted you get. Bring enough water. One of the priority items on your list for an expedition into a desert should be water, and plenty of it. In desert temperatures, which average at 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius, the average person loses about 30 ounces or 900 milliliters of sweat every hour. That's why it's necessary to stay hydrated and keep the water out of direct sunlight if possible. Also, if you find any water, you can use those water purification tablets to purify it, as it may not be healthy to drink right away. Bring enough food, but don't eat it all. One of the most important things about desert expeditions is to stay hydrated. Next, you should pack the right food with you. Something that is full of nutrients and doesn't waste too much space, but make sure to eat it sparingly. The reason why is that eating food will make you thirsty, which means you'll drink more water instead of saving it. Travel at night, the best time to travel through the desert. This reduces the chances of dehydration and saves body liquids. However, nights in the desert can get incredibly cold, so make sure you pack warmer clothes as well. During the day, try to stay away from the hot sun or hide in a shelter. If you don't have a shelter, try to fashion one using what you have. Staying in shade is extremely important when you're in the desert. Should you stay or should you go? This is one of the most important decisions you can make when stranded in a desert. Should you stay where you are or try to find help? Well, if you have shelter and a solid supply of water and nutrients, then it might be best you stay where you are, especially if you told someone where you're going. If you have the right equipment, you can try signaling for help. This is where fires and other huge signs that make you visible come in handy. Also, a pocket mirror is great for signaling across distances, so make sure you bring one. Beware of dangerous animals. It goes without saying that you shouldn't go around poking any critters you might find in the desert. Also, you should never put your hands under rocks or into crevices, because that's where snakes, scorpions, and spiders are hiding. So, if you find yourself stranded in a desert, make sure you stay calm and don't panic. You need to be in a clear state of mind so that you can think about what to do. Panicking will only make you waste your energy. And what about you? Do you think you would be able to survive in Sahara alone? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe because we have more content coming your way.